Okay, so welcome back to the Canada Specialist Program series. We are kicking off today with Emily from Tourism Sun Peaks. Emily, over to you.
Thank you, Charlie. All right, so welcome everyone. Thanks so much for joining today. I know that some of you know Sun Peaks well, others of you may not. So today I'm gonna sort of go through a bit of an introduction and overview. Might be a refresher for some of you, but hopefully a good introduction for those of you who don't know too much. All right, so Sun Peaks, we are located in the central interior of British Columbia. One advantage to being in the interior, it's very mild temperatures, mild climate, really nice, light, consistent snow. But getting there also quite easy as well. So we take the Kamloops Airport, the closest airport, takes connections via Vancouver or Calgary. From the Kamloops Airport, it's a short 45-minute shuttle up the hill. The connection from Vancouver to Kamloops, which is the most popular, it's a very short flight. It's about 30 minutes in the air, gate to gate, in under an hour. Alternatively, we do have services running from the Kelowna Airport as well. Helps out if you've got guests doing multi-resorts that are potentially using the Kelowna Airport for, say, Silver Star, Revelstoke, sort of our other neighbors there. But that is a 2.5 hour shuttle journey from the Kelowna Airport to Sun Peaks. So before we dive into all that is within Sun Peaks, I did just want to briefly mention a couple tips for guests before arriving into Sun Peaks. Grocery services specifically. So for guests that are traveling on a private shuttle from the airports, if they're planning on doing a lot of cooking, if they've got a longer stay, we highly recommend doing a grocery run in Kamloops. So private shuttles will stop along the way. If guests are on a public shuttle, we also have a grocery delivery service called Sun Peaks Cargo. They can do food and liquor delivery right to the door. It's only about 40 Canadian dollars for an order, so it's very quite reasonable. When they do get to the resort, we do have other options if they're not planning on doing a lot and don't want to worry about that. We've got Bluebird Market within the village core that's got all the standard, eggs, meat, cheeses, breads, grocery needs. And then we have Ohana's Artisan Deli in the West End. Fantastic artisan meats and cheeses, homemade freezer meals, soup sauces, all the rest of it. So, couple of options for them there as well. But let's get into it. So, the Sun Peaks Village is one of our big draws. It's one of the reasons why guests come back year after year. We've got this picturesque European style village. It's actually a ski through village, so it's groomed. So if you're staying in one of the hotels in this, it's skis on at the door. You can ski to breakfast or straight down to the lifts in, just a minute or two. It's very small and compact. There's about 45 shops, restaurants, cafes located within the core. But the sort of compact, small, pedestrian-only nature of it makes it a really safe and easy to navigate village. Works really well for families or first-time visitors. Very low stress. Everything's sort of right at your fingertips. Within the village core, we have 9 different hotels and lodges. Those range from standard hotel rooms, smaller rooms with kitchenettes, to full suites with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, full kitchens, living areas. So there's a big variety of everything in between to suit every budget and every type of traveler. Spanning outside of that, we do have other townhomes, condos, chalets, sort of those bigger self-contained units for the guests that want a little bit more space. The big thing to note about all of the accommodation is that generally it's all going to be ski in, ski out. This village, as well as the other accommodations, they sit at the base of our 3 mountains. So the mountains encircle them, so the trails go out from multiple different spots and they all feed back on top of this. So no matter where you are on those mountains, because they're around the village, you can be anywhere and it just funnels you right back down to the village. So it's very easy to navigate. I'll get into the train a little bit more in a second here. Very hard to get lost. I say if you just go down the mountain, you're going to hit the bottom and you're going to hit the village or someone's house. Okay, so diving into the ski now. So as I mentioned, we've got 3 mountains, Todd, Sundance, and Morrissey. They all surround the village. Um, the overall ski experience, because of that flow, it's just very easy. It's very relaxed, especially for families and mixed ability groups. We've got enough terrain for beginners, intermediates, and advanced skiers. And that is because we talk about this a lot. We are Canada's second largest ski area. So we have 4,400 acres spread across those three mountains, 10% beginner, 58 intermediate, 32 advanced and expert. You do hear a lot of, oh, Sun Peaks is an intermediate mountain, skewing, the majority of our runs at 58% in the blue. That is definitely true to its name. But people, I think, tend to forget as well that with only 32% being in that advanced and expert, it doesn't seem like a lot when you say it that way. But when you're looking at it as it's 1,400 acres of advanced and expert terrain, there's tons to explore for all abilities. The green runs do connect every mountain and every chairlift, so even the beginners can still get around everywhere. They've got lots to explore. The mixed ability groups, we're going to have green, blue, black off every chairlift. So groups with the mixed abilities can go out together, take different runs down, meet at the bottom of the chairlift. Super easy. One of our big claims to fame is that we really have minimal lift lines and crowding. Um, the idea is a stress-free holiday experience, feeling like you're spending your time on the mountain, not just, waiting around. We have this saying at Sun Peaks, it goes, if there's someone else on the run when you're going down, wait 5 minutes, you'll have it to yourself again. Another thing we're really well known for is our fantastic grooming. It's absolutely seamless. We often say the worst day you'll have at Sun Peaks might still be one of the best groomer days you'll ever have. So there's some really great draws, a lot of reliability with the snow and the conditions throughout the season. The only thing for those of you who may not have known, a quick little update 2 years ago, we did open the West Bowl Express, which was a brand new high-speed quad chairlift up off the top of Todd. Fantastic. It's a nice big cruisy bowl. It's a lot of fun, especially on a powder day. The other thing is that it has enhanced access into the gills, which you can see again off on the top of Todd on the right-hand side. So this is our hike area, the inbounds off-piste. It's allowed for a bit easier access into the top of that and sort of some different ways around it. So while there's still a lot to explore in the gills for those who like to boot pack, this has just been a really great addition. And jumping into our restaurant. So I'm only highlighting this not because there's anything new for those of you who know, but just we are seeing that bookings are becoming more important than ever for reservations at some of these restaurants, places especially like the Japanese and the steakhouse. Um, More and more people are just making reservations, so just recommending to guests that they do that days, weeks, not months before, but just looking ahead if there's anywhere they want to go, and seeing if they need to book in beforehand. The other thing is we're seeing a lot more fun evening pub nights popping up. So whether it's trivia, karaoke, there's an over 50s club night that's one of the busiest nights I've ever seen. Lots going on. You can see all of that on our events page. There's a new tab for weekly activities. So if you've got guests asking about nightlife, après, what else is going on, besides, the standard pubs, they can explore that. On top of it all, we've got the usuals of the activities, the dog sledding, ice fishing, Nordic ice skating, sleigh rides. Our train park is 10 acres, really high quality terrain park. We do have free mountain guides, as most people do. They run at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Really great option, especially for people who might be staying sort of farther out of the village core, say they're out in the East Village. I always recommend when they first get there, jump in with one of the mountain hosts, the sun hosts here. Ask them how to ski back to their accommodation, and they'll show them the little trails and the different ways they can do that. Continuing on, fat biking, tubing, groomer rides, snowmobile tours, snowshoeing, guided or unguided, the hockey games, which are a very popular experience for the Australians. For those of you who know, this is a hockey game in Kamloops. So it's a resort product. It goes down in the evening, takes you to the game. It's a shuttle, brings you back up. But there is a separate shuttle company that's doing it as well. This is a very popular one. The shuttles often fill up. So Peaks Shuttle, they're already contracting with most of the wholesalers. They are now offering that as a product as well. It's not a package, but tickets are very easy to come by. The culinary and event scene is ever growing in Sun Peaks. If guests are looking for, elevated culinary experiences, maybe EDM music festivals, we've got lots more always going on in the winter. Things like we've partnered with many businesses around Sun Peaks to create what we call the Savor Food and Wine Festival that happens in March. Again, Altitudes is a large EDM festival that happens on closing weekend. But just something to keep an eye on. Again, if you've got guests coming over, asking what's going on, what they can do, because our events are just ongoing throughout the entire winter season, and there's always something fun or unique going on. For our spa and wellness facilities, we do have the Sun Peak Spa, Alpine Fitness Gym. The Grand has the slopeside pools and hot tubs. But we do have an additional sauna experience that has opened up in our West Village. So it is a communal sauna, and they should have their cold plunges ready to go by next winter. So for those who like the sauna cold plunge experience like myself, that's a really great option for those on a rest day when they are up in Sun Peaks. A couple little tips and tricks just to leave you off with here. So the first is that if you are planning White Christmas holiday trips and you haven't yet seen the Sun Peaks Christmas movie that's come out, I recommend you watch My Secret Santa. It's a cheesy Netflix special Christmas movie. It's kind of horrible in all the right ways, but it's really great to see Sun Peaks in this beautiful Christmas light, and it's very picturesque and just a really cool way to touch base with that and get your inspiration. The second and completely different is just that we have noticed a lot of, or well, not a lot, but we've been getting some comments from our accommodators about mainly Australian travelers on their departure days. So with typically the Air Canada and other flights flying out of Vancouver late in the evening, they're on the red eye guests that have Airbnb vacation rental style accommodations. They're checking out in the morning and they have nothing to do during the day. And they're finding that they're waiting around in hotel lobbies, nowhere to go, nothing to do. So, just if you're planning an itinerary for a guest, thinking about what that last day looks like for them. Most people don't want to go, skiing, do anything that's going to make them sweaty when they can't shower. So thinking about could you, recommend a sauna experience? Could they fly to Vancouver earlier and spend the day in Vancouver? For those of you who don't know, the Fairmont Hotel in the Vancouver Hotel does offer day passes to their fitness facilities where they've got a pool, kids can go swimming. There's a gym, saunas, showers. I personally love to do it that way. Burn a bit of energy, have a nice shower, get on that flight feeling fresh and clean. So just something to think about when you're looking at the whole guest experience. There's an opportunity for you to upsell something on that last day. Um, it's always worth looking at. If there's anything that I haven't covered today, of course you can email me at any time. But we do have the travel trade page on our website, as most do. Scroll down to the bottom of any page on the Sun Peaks Resort website. You'll see the travel trade tab. There we've got the sign up for our media library if you need photos, videos, other videos just to watch for fun, training sessions if you need to know more about accommodation, any of that sort of stuff. But of course, email me if you need. And that's all I've got for you today. So I will hand it back over to Charlie.
Woo woo. Good work, Emily. We love it. Loving all these beautiful pictures. Yeah, Sun Peaks is awesome. And yes, I have seen the movie. There's a bit of chat about the movie, My Secret Santa. It is a total cheese fest movie, but it's awesome if you know Sun Peaks. And yeah, it's just a bit of Christmas cheesy fun. So have a look at it.